influencers, and then there's influencers that really just, you need to make sure that they actually have an actual audience behind those numbers, because a lot can actually be off. They can have the followers, they can have the likes, they can even have the comments, but are they a real influencer though? Hey Joe.
Yeah.
What do you think about influencer marketing? What do you think influencer marketing is? What is that? What's an influencer?
Somebody who has a large following of people that they influence.
Is Hitler an influencer?
Yes.
How about Joseph Stalin?
Yep.
Wow. Do you support them?
Hello, what? So,
influencer marketing can be used for a number of things. When you're building a brand, if you're say, it's so undervalued right now and unappreciated by so many still, and eventually this, over time, this is starting to pick up. People are turning more towards influencer marketing, and that's basically if you don't know what that really is, it's reaching out to people of influence on social media. So that can be Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Mostly Instagram and YouTube are typically the ones that are seeing a lot of it. You're basically reaching out to influencers, people of influence, of a large following that have impact, and you're trying to promote a product or service or something along those lines through them. So since essentially you're not able to really deliver your message, and to have trusted users and trusted people take that or buy that or whatever it is, act on that, so you're gonna have to go through someone else. You're basically you're going through people that already have a trusted audience, people that trust them and what they've said that they've built over, and you're basically placing your product with them, and then them pretty much carrying out your message. That's an overview of it. So why is this so important? 90% of consumers trust referrals and third-party sources more than anything, and then 29% of those actually convert within the same day of them seeing this. So influencer marketing, it pretty much, it gives you, I wouldn't say necessarily instant success with something, but it speeds up the process much faster than than a lot of traditional ways. When you don't have a lot behind, when your brand isn't but when your brand isn't developed very well. So, for example, big example, if you don't believe influencer marketing work, and not necessarily even influencer, that influence doesn't matter. So think of it like this: Kylie Jenner. If you don't know who she is, then where have you been ever? Do you not watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians? Come on, that's an original. You would watch SpongeBob, Ed, Edd and Eddy, Dog Cat. I never actually really watched that. Fairly Odd Parents, a little bit of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Adventure Time. It was all in there. All right. So Kylie Jenner, she went on Twitter not too long ago, about a month ago, and actually said she pretty much shot some fires at Snapchat, pretty much saying why do you even use it, or who even uses Snapchat anymore, somewhere along those lines. And you know what happened to Snapchat? Snapchat tanked like the Titanic, my guy. Listen, they lost $1.3 billion after that. What? Is it coincidence? I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm just saying, such a big influence on, especially that has a target towards younger audiences, 30, let's say 27 and under. I just roughly given that. Such a specific audience, she has influence on the specific audience that are heavy users of Snapchat, and then all of a sudden Snapchat uses $1.3 billion. Are you serious? What? Okay, I'm not gonna. Alright. So, a big part of influencer marketing is actually finding the right influencer within your niche, which I was going over a little bit earlier. And that kind of breaks down. You can take a step backward from there, and knowing you need to know where your buyer persona is, or who your buyer persona is. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically it's the borderline. It's not the borderline. It's basics of marketing there. You're basically giving your audience pretty much persona. You're like, so say I was selling pool covers for whatever reason, my persona would be for that someone of age of at least, like, his name is gonna be Joe. He's 43 years old. He has 3 kids. Let's say 3 kids. He's married. He lives closer to either the West Coast or the East Coast, like somewhere by Florida. He lives within this area. He makes at least like $300,000 a year. All these things. This is like, you're basically giving your market an actual pinpoint. You're actually you're giving your market a persona, so you know who you're actually looking for. Okay, you need to know this before you even look for an influencer. So you need to know who you're targeting in the first place. Okay, and then you can go into actually giving your influencer a persona, and it goes a little bit even deeper. So this is like how you would even this is like the best way to find the influencer that would have the target market. Okay, so you find all this out. You're gonna go on Instagram. You're gonna find whoever. So say you're a rapper that's coming up. You want to promote your things. That can go a lot of ways, and a lot of it's going to be free. It's going to start out free. It's not the easiest to start out. If you're like trying to reach out to an influencer, one big way, if they're like on YouTube, you can give like free tracks. You're giving, or free beats, free whatever. You're going to give them free music to put behind their videos, and then as long as and all you ask in return is for your name and the description. Or you can even reach out and say, hey, I'll make for the next 10 of your videos, I'll give you free music, just put my name in the description. Stuff like that. That's one way to influence, or to reach out to an influencer. There's a lot of ways. If you want to go to Instagram route, which I do recommend. It will cost money, depending on what you're looking for. So if you're if you're starting a clothing line, or you want to start a little brand, one big way is to actually have influencers wear your things, it can cost money, but it's so freaking worth it. And it costs so much less than it's valued at, as long as your product's good. Don't do this unless your product's good. If your product's cheap and you know it's cheap, and your friends say it's cheap, don't do that, because all you're doing is setting yourself up. And then even if the influencer sees that it's cheap, or whatever it might be, they're not gonna do it, because that's gonna hurt their name. They want to only lead off. That's a big key point as well. Make sure you're legit. Okay. Make sure you're legit, because if someone's promoting you and you don't stand to your word, then that looks bad not only on you but on them too. And they're gonna cut you off in the first place if your product's not good. If your product, service, or whatever it is that you're trying to promote through an influencer is not good, stop. You need to reevaluate what you're doing, reevaluate your life, reevaluate everything that's going on. You need to improve before you even push anything to an influencer. So make sure your brand is well established before you're doing anything. But make sure whatever you're doing, your content, if you're a rapper, make sure you have unless that one. Okay, I was gonna say make sure you have one song, more than one song, because people are gonna want more of you. But if that one song's pretty slapping, then it's better to have a little bit more of. It's better to have a little bit of content backing you in the first place, though, before you do that. But what? Okay, so to help you guys out with your influencer outreaches and growing your brand or whatever you're wanting to do, I came up with an acronym for you. Okay, so it's going to be evaluate, agree, realistic time. Earth without the H. I kind of want to put an H just to finish. You just put an H just because. Henceforth, I don't know what's a good one for the H. Helicopter. Evaluate, agree, realistic time. So what does that mean? Evaluate is going to be the basic research point when you're doing your persona, when you're doing all of this. You're researching the influencer, their audience. There's a lot of research that needs to be done. I think that when it comes to like looking for influencers, like there's influencers and then there's influencers. It really just, you need to make sure that they actually have an actual audience behind those numbers, because a lot can actually be off. They can have the followers, they can have the likes, they can even have the comments, but are they a real influencer though? There's some key factors to look into. So if their comments are like a bunch of thumbs ups and happy faces and just a bunch of emojis that are just gross, they're probably not real. I'm not saying that they're all not real. I'm just saying like that's not whatever. I'm not going to get too much into that, but that's the research part, right? A part of it. You need to evaluate what you're doing and what you're trying to promote and what they're doing and what they're promoting with their life. So evaluate, agree. This is when you need to come on like terms of agreement. You need to figure out, you need to make sure you guys are both on the same page of what you're doing, what your not necessarily goal is, but like what you're looking for, what you guys agreed on. Just, it's that simple. Because like you could be like, if you're paying for something with them, you could be paying I'm blanking. You could be paying for like 3 posts over 3 days, and then they are only thinking it's 2, and it's just like, make sure you need to make sure the agreed terms. And to go a little bit more into that, I'll go like, before I finish this video off, I'll give you ideas on how to like influence or reach influencers without having to actually like spend money, which you can do. It's just like a little bit trickier, but it's possible. So evaluate, agree. Now we're going to jump on to realistic. So set a realistic goal on what you're trying to accomplish through this influencer. Don't expect, like, it could happen, but the possibility of it happening is very slim. So don't put your expectations so high, and then once you actually see what the outcome is, like, you're gonna feel crappy, and then your motivations. Just set realistic goals, people. Don't go crazy and like say, I want, like, if you somehow get Kylie Jenner to promote, or why am I using Kylie Jenner? Probably because I talked about it earlier. Kylie Jenner to promote something of yours. Don't expect don't set a high expectation of 1 million people to buy whatever product you're doing or visit your site or something like that. It could happen, but like I said, it's just, come on. So that's realistic. And then lastly, time. How long is it going to take you to reach this? So say if you like your realistic goals, whatever, how many times is it going to take you for them to promote whatever you're doing until it happens? Or how long is it going to, you need to have like a good idea, like pretty much the ultimate goal. So not only a realistic goal, but like how long is it going to take you to, like, what's your deadline for this, you know? So that's what you get. ERT today. Everybody go pursue ERT. But so now, like, to bring it back a little bit, say you're, just to give some examples on marketing to influencers, say you're a photographer, and there's like an influencer somewhere in your area. Reach out to them and like try to give them like a free photo shoot. People love those. Give them a free photo shoot. Like no charge. All they have to do is like literally in exchange of their photo shoot, a referral, or in exchange for a photo shoot, not a referral, just like a shout out, and then like literally just tagging you on Instagram. For that photo shoot. It's like not that hard. Now a lot, like, that seems so innocent and easy, but it's typically not. It does take time. But yeah, like, present free work to them. If you're trying to do something, if you're trying to grow, present free work to them, and they're sure eventually one of these influencers are sure to like respond to you. Okay guys, so I'm basically wrapping this up with, reach out to influencers. Don't be scared. You need to stand out though. That's another thing that I think that people don't know. It's like, stand out, get straight to the point. Influencers have like a bunch of DMs or messages or whatever you're reaching out to them. Be straight to the point whenever you're DMing them. Okay, have whatever you're trying to do or wanting to promote or whatever immediately in the title of whatever it is, and make sure it's straight to the point, because people don't have all day to read all your stuff. Come on. So alright guys, I'm sorry, I'm like ranting off now, more into influencers. So I will see you guys in the next episode. Thank you for tuning in once again to my crazy brain and my ideas of life. I appreciate you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more of my crazy content. Like if you like this video. It's that simple as that. So I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much.